What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of SMITE Meta Casual News. In today's episode, it's spoils, spoils, spoil, spoil, spoils. Not a lot's going on in this week in SMITE, but there's still stuff to bring you. Once again, my name is FG3000, you're you, and here comes some news. And the first news item comes from this handsome devil, whoever this FG3000 guy is, I don't know. He writes to Hi-Res Chris, is there any hope for some positive or helpful reinforcement systems in SMITE? Hi-Res Chris responds with, definitely something we need to look into. Now, if you don't know what whoever this FG3000 guy is, I don't know. He's asking about something similar that League of Legends has in play. Basically, at the end of a League of Legends match, you can give your teammates positive, like, kudo points. So you can say that this person was helpful, or this person was knowledgeable, or this person was a great leader, blah, blah, blah. You can give them points that show up on their profile and basically show how good of a person they are. We need something like this in SMITE. Right now, the only thing we have is reporting bad behavior. We have nothing in place to report good behavior. And this is very, very important in a game like SMITE. Because what this does to people, now I don't care if people are going to be fake with it. I don't care if people are going to put on their fake face and pretend like they're nice people. You don't know over the internet. You just think they're nice. So win-win. If you're like, you know, in a team fight and somebody misses a skill shot or he doesn't rotate fast enough, right now in the game, you're going to get BM'd at. But if we had a positive reinforcement system in the game, that same exact player that might have BM'd you might be like, hey bro, next time, just rotate a little quicker. It's all good. Hey, don't worry about it. Mistakes happen. That is something we need. It's going to be so huge. I hope it comes sooner than later, but at least we know Hi-Res is looking at it. Next topic. Our main man, Hi-Res Chris, back at it again, this time showing off the brand new League leaderboard that's coming next patch. A few things I want to kind of call out here is that now you can clearly see exactly which division you're in. So, for example, this person's in Platinum, they're in Division League 3. Bam, you see the little icon glowing at the 3 mark, so perfect. There'll also be a friends list added to the right hand side of the screen, basically showing you, once you're in the leaderboard screen, you'll be able to see which one of your friends are participating in League and where they are and how they're trending. Very, very awesome. Of course, you have the season number right there. Also, bottom left hand corner, look, it's a Freya icon, so we're probably getting a new Freya icon next patch as well. So all in all, nice changes. I love seeing UI updates because it just makes SMITE look even better than it already does. So very, very good. Nice stuff. Next topic. All right, now this next news topic may or may not be news, but you know what? We're going to report it anyway. Now, if you don't know what you're looking at, this is the Balance a Lot 3000. This is like a running gag at Hi-Res, like, ha ha ha, this is how we balance gods. We just throw darts at a dartboard, but we can probably get some good information from this. Now, we know that the next god coming is Janice. Now, if we look at this board and kind of make some assumptions, Janice is going to be a damage dealer. Got it. He's going to be mad sexy, obviously, and he's going to be highly mobile. Now, it kind of feeds into the videos that we've seen previously of Hi-Res testing the portal gun. Maybe Janice will have some type of teleport ability. We don't know. But I think Hi-Res is giving us some clues here that Janice will be a damage dealer, Janice will be mad sexy, and Janice will be mobile. Now, I don't know for sure, but we'll find out soon enough. Next topic. Alright, time for some skin spoils. Now, Hi-Res Bart points out that the new Apollo skin is looking darn good, but what I want to focus your attention on is what Hi-Res 2 says after that. I keep thinking, holy skinny jeans. Now, there is some concept art that has been circling around for the last, I don't know, better part of half a year, which is like a Mafia style Apollo skin. But when I think Mafia, I don't think skinny jeans. Like, I think suit pants, but they're not necessarily skinny jeans. So I'm not sure if this is going to be the next Apollo skin, but you know, I've been wrong before. And this next spoil comes from Hi-Res 2. Holy Zeus, SMITE fans. I just had an in-game walkthrough of the next 2 skins we were releasing. So freaking BA. Hashtag let's get rolling. Now, the hashtag let's get rolling is probably calling out our main man Geb or Jeb or whatever you want to call him. So that's an easy one. And then of course, Holy Zeus. Now, real quick, my personal opinion, I'm a little disappointed. I'm disappointed that they are giving Zeus a new skin because I was hoping they would remodel him. I think Zeus is kind of like the poster boy of SMITE, and I do not think that his model is up to par considering all the other gods that have been coming out. I think he needs to be readjusted. He's very, very stiff. I mean, I don't think Zeus looks very good as his in-game model, so I'm kind of disappointed they're working on skins, because that kind of indicates to me that Smite is okay with the way Zeus looks, so we're probably not going to see a Smite remodel, we're probably not going to see a Zeus remodel anytime soon, so I'm a little sad. And lastly on the skin spoils, Kubakarna getting some love. Looks like Hi-Rez has already narrowed it down to 2 different options. The first option being the sleepy bedtime Kubakarna, putting his mace down and picking up a teddy bear. I'm not sure how that's going to work. His second option is this golfing Kubakarna, once again using a golf club as his weapon as opposed to a mace. You can cast your vote at the link in the description below if you want to decide Kubakarna's fate. That is all for the skin spoils of this week. Can't wait to see what the next patch brings us. Next topic. And rounding out today's episode is a viewer question. This one comes from Old Time Kid, and he writes, "Great vid, FG." Thank you, buddy. I have a question for you. I've seen a lot of carries going mid lately. Weirdest meta yet, if you ask me. And I've seen it working most of the time when a hunter knows what he's doing. But it still feels weird. Can you share your opinion or do a comparison between mages and hunters going mid? Now, you asked the right person this question, Old Time Kid. I'm actually a huge supporter of hunters in different roles. Now, before we talk about your question, let's talk about hunters first, so we all are on the same page. Hunters can go in any lane that they want to, right? You can put a hunter over there in the solo lane. Apollo, AMC are very, very good. You can put hunters in the middle lane, on her, Neith. You can even put hunters in the jungle with Shibalanke, Uller. So hunters are extremely versatile. Now, the problem comes from your team first. Now, if you queue up and you type in, "I'm on her, I'm going mid," typically another person is going to lock in a hunter in the long lane. Now you have 2 hunters in a conquest match. It can work. You can definitely win with 2 hunters, but you get diminishing returns, right? You don't need 2 hunters in a conquest. So that's the first con that I see with picking hunters in mid, is that people don't break out of the meta. If I were going to go hunter in the mid, I would love to see like an Odin Aphrodite lane in the long lane. Have you ever gone against an Odin Aphrodite lane? It's a thing of nightmares. Scary. Now, let's talk about the actual question. So, hunters, mages. What's the difference if you're going mid? You need 3 things to be a successful mid laner, right? You need to have awareness, but we're not going to count that. We're going to go with 3 things. You need the ability to clear the wave safely. That's number 1. Number 2 is you need to have some type of speed or some type of escape to get away from ganks, right? That's number 2. You need to be safe there. Number 3, you need the ability to lock down mid camps. That's very, very important. Your job is to avoid ganks and secure mid. That's what you do as a mid laner. So if you don't have those tools, you can't do it. I don't care what class you are. You can be a guardian, warrior. I don't care. If you can do those 3 things, you can be a successful mid laner, regardless. So let's take On Her mid as a prime example. Now, On Her can clear the lane very, very well. He has a great escape. He has the ability to lock down mid camps very, very well. Just imagine right now you're in the jungle camp, very, very narrow corridor. Shifting Sands pops up on your side. All of a sudden you're getting ticked down by auto attacks. Full power ultimate comes. It's very, very likely you're going to kill both the enemy mid laner and the jungler in a situation like that. So On Her is very, very good in mid. Also, during the actual laning phase in mid, On Her's auto attack damage is so much that other mages can't handle it. So hunters have the ability to get early game kills very, very fast. So hunters in mid, very, very legit. Don't let anybody tell you differently. As long as you have those 3 things, and as long as your team is on board, right? You got to make sure your team is on board. You got to make sure that they build around having a mid hunter. You got to make sure you don't have too many physicals stacked up. You know, you see that all the time where you got 4 physicals and 1 mage, and the mage is a guardian, so it doesn't really matter. So now you're like, oh, easy. I'll just build physical defense, and I negate almost all the damage of the enemy team, right? So you got to be very, very careful of that. If you see someone go On Her mid, just build around them, or Neith mid, or anybody mid. So hopefully that answers your question a little bit. Hunters mid, legit. Mages ADC, legit. Guardian junglers, legit. Warrior support, all this stuff really, really works. It just takes someone like you, yeah, you, to open up the meta to people's eyes. That's all. Hopefully that answers your question. And that's going to round out today's episode of SMITE Meta Casual News. I hope you enjoyed. As always, my name is FG3000. You have been you, and that was the news. I'll see you after patch day.